Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I am so excited to have this video posted today because it is going over the launch of our Patreon community for Planning by Eva members. What I have here is the January Planner Joy Workbook, which is one of the amazing benefits of being a part of our Patreon community. Every member of a paid tier will receive the Planner Joy Workbook inserts each month, and they will have a different theme each month, and this is for every paid member tier. So I think I currently have 3 tiers set up. And so there's something for everyone, guys. But let me do a quick flip through. So for the month of January, the theme is self-care. And so these are planner inserts which can be inserted into your current planner, or you can set this up as a standalone journal, and each month you just kind of you put in the new inserts with a different theme. And so at the end of the year, you'll have a Planner Joy Workbook for 2025. However you like to do it, it's up to you. So we have the dashboard or the cover page for the month of January with a nice quote here. I love the flower detailing, and if you didn't know, purple is my favorite color, so that's why I decided to start with purple. It goes into a self-love letter. And then we have a growth versus fixed mindset worksheet. And then we have the know yourself reflection pages. So the intent of this, of the insert for this month is just to kind of get us all in that headspace of taking care of ourselves first and loving ourselves first. And making sure that that's our priority as we go through the rest of the year. We're going to have all type of goals and words of the year and plans and all of that, but starting with taking care of yourself, it cannot be understated. So that's why I chose this theme for the month of January. We then go into the self-care checklist, and we have a blank self-care checklist, so you can write your own activities on the back. Then you have a space for morning thoughts and evening thoughts. And then there are dot grid pages for a self-care vision board, a fun coloring sheet, and then there are self-care quotes in the back so that you can print these as stickers, or you can just print them on regular paper, cut them out, and use your double-sided tape to tape them down. Whatever you want to do, they are a part of this workbook. So yeah, this is the Planner Joy Workbook for the month of January for all of the Patreon members on a paid tier. Please go ahead and check out the Patreon community. I'm so excited to launch it. There are some amazing benefits coming for each month. We actually have a couple of more benefits that I will show you. If you are a member of the club tier and above, I have also uploaded a Planner Joy cover that you can use throughout the year. It is front and back. And these are all printables, so you can print these, punch them, and cut them. This is available to club members only, but it is a printable for a cover if you want to set this up as its own standalone workbook or journal, or just use it as a dashboard. We also have monthly inserts that are released to all the paid tier members, and this month's monthly insert is a 2025 bucket list. I love this insert, so make sure that you check out the Patreon link below. These are just some of the benefits that come each month. Obviously, the content will change from month to month, but there are some amazing benefits there. So what I am going to do is go ahead and put my Planner Joy Workbook together on this video. I'm not going to force you to sit through while I actually cut and trim these pages, because I've already done that on several videos. So I'm going to put you on pause and come back with them all cut, trimmed. I'm actually going to laminate the cover because I am going to set up my Planner Joy Workbook for 2025 as a standalone workbook, and I'm going to use the cover that's available to club members. So I'm actually going to cut and laminate this one, but I'm going to do all of that off camera, and then when I come back, all of that stuff will be cut, punched and laminated and ready for us to assemble together. So let me put you on pause and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I came back just to kind of show you my laminated covers. I have not cut and punched these yet, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit about laminating your own covers. First, let me say, if you have a home laminator, the average lamination thickness is going to be, oh, I messed that up already. Anyway, the average lamination thickness is going to be like 3 milliliters, I think, 3 millimeter, I don't know, whatever, 3 mil of thickness. So I don't know what that mil means, but 3 mil is not very thick or strong. So if you double it up, and it'll get you to like 6 mil, which is pretty good. And I actually do mine on a 5 mil, and so I double it and it gives me 10 mil, which is very comparable to the thickness and strength that you'll get if you have just a standard Happy Planner laminated cover, as if you had bought it from the store. And I have a huge error in mine because I have this little piece in there that I laminated, but I'm gonna leave it because I'm not relaminating this. But I just wanted to show you guys how I cut this. I trim it first, and then I put it in the lamination sheet, and I laminate it once, and I take it out, and then I do a rough trim around the edge, and I put it in another laminating sheet, and then I laminate it twice, and this is what I get. And when I get it out for the second time, that's when I cut it, so that I'm going to keep it as a cover. And you know, this can be a little bit touch and go, because what you're trying not to do, you're trying not to break your seals that you have in here. Since I've laminated this twice, I actually have 2 seals. It's hard to see, but you kind of see that line right there on the edge. I don't want to break that lamination seal. I'm not gonna worry about it too much for this particular cover, but typically that's what you don't want to do. So I'm just gonna cut this down using my standard paper trimmer. I tend to make covers 9.5 by 7.5, but with lamination, they're going to be a little bit bigger, clearly. So I actually don't even really do a firm measurement on these, if you really want to know the truth. I generally just cut them and just am careful not to break the seals. And then I line them up together to make sure that I have gotten them to be approximately the same size for front and back. That's basically all I do here, because, you know, I pretty much know that they're the right size, you know, printed. So I'm pretty good with that. Okay, so that's pretty much how I cut it. Now I'm going to take the second one and do the same, keeping in mind, and also it's going to be a little bit crooked because I didn't put this in here straight, but that's life. That is life. Maybe if I put it in a little bit crooked, I can get it straight. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and trim each side. I'm probably going to leave a little bit extra on this one, so that I can line this up and clean it up once I compare it to the other one. So that it's just about as even as I can get it with the other one. And it's not going to be perfect, you guys. It's not really intended to be perfect. I mean, I know I'm not perfect at doing this, but I still feel really good about laminating my own covers, even though it's not going to be like professionally made. Oops, that one scooted out a little bit too far. Okay, but that's okay. I'll adjust it in a moment. So this is the first one, the front. Looks good. All of that's in there, and that's driving me nuts, but that's okay. Now I want to just kind of stand them up with each other, and I'm just kind of looking to see where I need to make some edits, so, or make some more cuts. So they look good on the bottom, about the same size, but I think the top It's a little bit off. So I want to trim this just a little bit on that back cover. It's a little crooked. So I'm going to take it off just a little bit more at the top to make it a little bit straighter. Okay. Let me pull instead of push. Okay. I probably broke my seal on that, but that is gonna have to be okay. Okay, and now I want to take a little bit off at the bottom. Like I said, I am far from a professional at doing this. But it is fun to make your own covers. So, you know, not everything has to be super professional. Okay, that is really, really off. Look how far off this is at the top. Oh my gosh. So I am definitely going to have to take off a lot at the top on this second one. Let's see. Oh, almost down to the very, very border. And you know what? That's just going to have to be okay, because it is important that they are about the same size. Otherwise, you're going to have like one of your covers sticking out at the top, and you don't want that to happen. Okay, that looks much better. Now we have an issue on the side as well. This side is a little bit longer, so I'm gonna have to do hopefully a little bit of a better job at trimming the side and not going so close like I did before, like I did on the top. Okay, the side looks good. And let me just trim about 1/8 of an inch off the left-hand side. There we go. Okay, this looks pretty good. Is it perfect? No. The back now is a little bit shorter. I think that's a little shorter. Let's see. Yeah, just a tad bit. So let me see if I can just make a quick adjustment on the front. When your cuts get really thin, that's when they become kind of hard to make. Okay, I think this is about as good as it's gonna get. All right, I like it. So the next step is just to go ahead and round the corners. Now I have a pretty inexpensive rounder. Sometimes they work well, sometimes they don't. But I'm gonna try to, see, this one kind of got stuck a little bit. Okay, and I'm just rounding the corners of both sides. This one's getting a little bit stuck. I think I paid like $5 for this corner rounder on Amazon. My laminator is from Walmart. So my laminator is not very expensive. I think I have the least expensive Walmart pen and gear brand, and it's like $17, and I actually really like it. Is it the best laminator in the world? Probably not, but it's only $17, and it laminates all the way up to 5 mil, which is pretty good. And for a beginner, which is definitely what I am, I think that works well. So I am happy about that. So I am going to use one of my planner covers. I'm going to use my reading journal planner cover, because that's what I have handy, as a guide for doing my punches. And I just kind of line it up, right? and find a black marker. And I put that there so that when I go ahead and punch this, I can see where I need to start my punches. And once I start them, then they're easy to finish, right? Because you just, you know, follow the guide. But what I'm looking for is that little black mark that I made, and I'm lining it up in the center. I know you can't see it, but that's basically what I'm doing. Okay, I have found it, and I make my first punch, and then I can make all the other punches. And once I do that, I use that particular front cover, and I do the same thing. But I want to make sure that I punch this correctly. Yeah. And I do the same thing with the back cover. So I'm going to go ahead and punch the initial on the back cover. And then once I do this, I will go on and get all of my punches done for all of my pages. And once I get all my punches done for the pages and the covers, I will be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back. I have everything punched. I have the covers now punched completely. I have the January inserts with my January dashboard punched, and I have the discs that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to go ahead and start by popping on these discs, and these are just, you know, leftover Happy Planner discs that I had from another planner. I didn't really buy anything to put this Planner Joy workbook together. I simply used what I had, and as you know, that's a part of my goals for 2025 is to use my planner supplies. All the stuff I bought, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I use them in 2025. So this is my cover. It is freshly laminated. It is ready to go. I love it. I love how soft it looks for the winter. Now, again, this cover is available to club level members, and so yeah, you can just download it and print it and use it however you want. If you don't have a laminator, you can print it. I would suggest cardstock at the minimum, and then just put a clear acetate cover over it. Most of us have that, or even just a clear divider, and then that'll also give you that same feel of having a really nice cover. So I'm now putting in the inserts for January, which is not obviously going to give me a ton of stuff in this particular workbook, but I am going to add in some of my leftover notes pages from various Happy Planner notebooks. And again, this is a way that I can use just the leftover supplies I have sitting in my craft space. Because this is a workbook, we're going to have different inserts every month that are going to be available to Patreon members for each paid tier. And having notebook paper is a great way to kind of supplement this workbook, just for brainstorming, creative expression, whatever you want to do, but it's just a great way to use up leftover supplies. So this is just, as you can tell, a mix of notebook papers from various notebooks. If I had like 10 pages left in a notebook, I took them out, set them aside, and now I'm repurposing them into this workbook. So I love it. Okay, so the monthly inserts, you guys, are available to all members. If you are a part of a paid tier, and this is what they look like in the Planner Joy workbook kind of setup. And again, you can insert these into your current planner. You don't need to set up an entire Planner Joy Workbook if you don't want to, but the files are there if you do. And so this is January, and the first week of February, I will have February's ready for download. I did not punch my stickers. I'm going to use these with double-sided tape. So I'm going to leave these whole until I'm ready to cut them out and put them in my January setup. So yeah, I'm super excited about it. Let me just stick this here. And the link is down below. Make sure you give it a visit. And I cannot wait to have some of you join us in the Patreon community. So yep, this is the first month and the launch of that. So thanks for watching this video, and I hope you guys all get these Planner Joy Workbook inserts, and so that we can work on this together throughout the year. Thanks.